Welcome in, everyone, to On the Road with AHSAA. Brett and Lauren on the road again this week, this time in Alexander City, Alabama, the gateway to Lake Martin. And right behind us, Lauren, is beautiful Lake Martin. I mean, what another gorgeous day. The good Lord blesses us when we take these trips. And as you can hear this water coming in on the beach back here, I think this would be a pretty cool place to just kind of hang out all day.
Oh, no doubt about it. And we just said, once you live here a while, you kind of start taking this area for granted. I just said, as we set up the camera, this is somewhere I need to come a little more often. I need to enjoy the lake a little more. Myself and my daughter, I could see us out here this afternoon just really relaxing and having a picnic. This is something to see. If you are not from Alexander City, you need to make the trip here just to enjoy the peace and the serenity of Lake Martin.
Alexander City is about 10 minutes up the road, and we'll be driving into Alexander City to meet with Coach Smitty Grider with the Benjamin Russell Wildcats, the principal, Shannon Benefield, at the new Benjamin Russell High School, Lauren. It's going to be a really, really cool tour that we're going to be able to see. The new school that's being built should be finished somewhere around October of next year, so we're going to get to see that. We're going to also go to one of the staples of Alexander City, JR Sports Bar and Grill. We always get excited about the food place, and so this is going to be fun today.
It's going to be a great day. I'm super excited to take the trip around Alex City. Like I said, we take everything that we have here in arm's reach for granted. Another cool stop we're going to make is we're going to go by and see Steve Robinson. He has just taken over president of the Chamber of Alexander City, which the Chamber is the heart of our city. They do so much for it.
We can't thank Alabama Department of Transportation enough for being the sponsor here on the road. Again, it's a natural fit. We thank Allison Green, who heads up their marketing and all of their public relations, and Allison's been a big part of the radio network for a long time, Alabama Department of Transportation, and Tony does a really good job. Known Tony for a long time, and we appreciate them very much. But we also want to pass along facts so everybody can be safe on the road every week to and from these football games or wherever it is that you're traveling on Alabama roads. In 2022, teen drivers were involved in more than 25,000 crashes in Alabama. 80 of those crashes were fatal. Lack of experience is the top contributing factor to most teen crashes, and wearing a seatbelt is your best defense. That's for all of us out there. Wearing your seatbelt is the best defense on the road. Almost 60% of the people dying in crashes on Alabama roads were not wearing a seatbelt, and most of those crashes were survivable. So to add to that, put your seatbelt on, put these devices down while you're driving. We say that every week here on the show, Lauren. It's just not that important. Pull over. If it's that important, pull over, text or call whoever it is. You got the hands-free law now, so if you got your device in your hand, you're breaking the law.
That's right, and I'm even the worst. I'll call myself out here. Right when I get in my vehicle, I'm in a rush. I'm typically headed to school for drop-off, and I hear that little ring, ring, ring for your seatbelt to be buckled, and my little girl actually reminds me, Mommy, buckle your seatbelt.
Everybody sit back. We're about to hit the road again. We'll be in Alexander City to preview Benjamin Russell in Spain Park. Don't go anywhere.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Hey! Alabama has a hands-free driving law, which means you can't hold your mobile phone while you drive. And you can only use a single finger or swipe to answer a call. And you can't send or read a text message or watch or record video. It's a part of Alabama's Code of the Road, and knowing it helps you follow it. You can check out the law at drivesafealabama.org.
When we get home, right?
Right.
We're here on the field of the Charles E. Bailey Sportplex, Martin Savarese Field, and I'm joined by head football coach Smitty Grider of the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. Coach, first of all, let me just say, I know everybody watching this is going to say I'm biased, but look, we travel all over this state. If you can find a better facility somewhere in this state that's solely for one high school, I'd like for somebody to step up and tell me where it is.
You know, I've been all over the state too, Brett, and this is a beautiful venue. I'm really proud to be able to coach here. You know, everybody that comes, they rave about it, and I challenge people across the state to come check us out.
You know, that's one of the things that most communities hang their hat on is their facilities and their high school. And when other schools come to town, that may be the only opportunity for somebody from that community to ever see that town. And it's the football stadium, it's the high school, and we have a lot of pride here. And I say we because I do the play-by-play every Friday night for Benjamin Russell, and we have a lot of pride here in Alexander City about our facilities and the way we carry ourselves. And I know that's the motto you carry with the football team. It's about that maroon and gray and what it means to wear that jersey.
Yeah, we talk to the kids all the time about, continuing a legacy that was started a long time ago. And, this stadium is just one example. It's not just the facilities around. The surface itself is second to none. Our Parks and Rec folks do a great job here. And, we want our kids to represent our community in the same way and take pride in wearing that maroon and gray. And, that's important to our program and really the foundation of what we're all about as a football team.
Yeah, natural surface field here in Alexander City. This stadium was built in the late 80s. Russell Corporation provided a lot of money to Alexander City, and things have changed in Alex City and morphed, but this town has changed with the times, and now it's a destination place for people to come and live. We've got a beautiful lake right down the road in Lake Martin, and, it's really the gateway. Alexander City, you see the signs, it's the gateway to the lake, and it's a very attractive community of as far as location, where it is, comparable to Birmingham, Atlanta, Montgomery. It's a good location. Coach, talk about coming to Benjamin Russell. You've had a long career here in the state, very successful head football coach at multiple high schools, but then you find yourself coming to Benjamin Russell. And, you told me when you got here, this was a job you had eyed, over time and said, if there's ever an opportunity for me to end up in Alexander City, I'd like to be there. Well, you had that opportunity a few years ago.
Yeah, I've taken a look at this job several times, and applied several times, interviewed, and, this time around it worked out. It's Alex City and Benjamin Russell's always been one of the premier jobs in the state as far as football coaches go. The community support you're going to get here is second to none. They always have talent. There's a lot of tradition. That's something that you always want to be a part of. And just grateful to be here, man, especially at this point in my career. This is it, man. This is the last stop for Coach Grider, and I hope I'm here for a good while. And we're loving it. My family loves it. It's a great community, and like I said, the support here is unbelievable. From financially just to being behind us. We have great crowds on Friday nights. Beautiful venue. We've got a new school coming. It's just a lot of exciting things going on in Alex City, and it's something that I've always wanted to be a part of.
It didn't take you long to make your mark here at Benjamin Russell. As you can see, the 23 up on the wall back here. That's a source of pride for every kid that comes through this school, especially this football program. They want to put a number up on that wall back there. You guys were able to win the region championship last year, and kind of just talk about last year and what a great run you guys had.
Yeah, that was something that we've talked about since I got here. Last year was 10 years since the last region championship, and our kids were so proud of that, and it meant a lot to them, meant a lot to me, in this community. So we want to carry on the tradition that's been started here a long time ago, and last year was a special team. Obviously, we had some great players. Malcolm Simmons, who's doing great at Auburn now, was our big time guy. But we had a lot of good football players on that team, and I don't want to start naming a bunch of them. I'll forget somebody, but there were a lot of good players that went through some tough times and stuck it out, and were able to turn this thing around. And it's just another step in the building process that we're trying to achieve here. We want to be a team that's mentioned in the opportunities to win a state every year, and so that last year was a big step towards that.
Coach, off to a great start this year for you guys, a 2-0 start in region play, and you got a big one coming up Friday on the road. You won't be here. You'll be in Birmingham taking on Spain Park. Spain Park, a very good football program that dropped down from 7A to 6A. They, too, are undefeated in region play. And, not to look ahead, we've got some tough teams in this region as you look at, but Spain Park is a team that is kind of sitting there at the top, and not to say that it's going to be for a region championship, but you're well on your way to a region championship, the winner of that game on Friday.
Yeah, this is a big game, and against a great program. You know what you're going to get with them. They're going to be very well coached. They've got great players. You know, it's going to be a tough match Friday night. But, you know, we were the region champions last year, and until somebody knocks us off, our mentality is we're still the region champions, and we're going into this game with that thought process that, you know, we got to play well and on the road and deal with all those issues and against a really good football team that's very well coached. Hopefully it'll be a great game, a very competitive game, and you know, whichever team comes out of this with a win is definitely in the driver's seat to win the region.
Well, Coach, really appreciate you taking some time to join us here on the road with the AHSAA. Before we leave, I got to let you highlight you got a really special young man. You got a great team again. You got a lot of great football players, but not many times do you look up and have the #1 receiver in the country on your team in a recruiting class, and you got Cedarian Morgan on this team. And, you know, he played a lot last year, but he was a sophomore, and you mentioned Malcolm Simmons and some of those kids that were in front of him. It's his time to shine, and he's off to a great start this year.
Yeah, he's you know, he's obviously a difference maker for us, and he's you know, easily the best guy on the field every Friday night. And other teams know that too, and they do everything they can to limit him. And you know, he's got 8 touchdowns on the season so far, and you know, he's our guy. And you know, we're trying to get the ball to him, and that's, you know, it's a great problem to have, to know that the other teams know that. But, you know, on top of being a great player, he's a super kid. He's a hard worker, you know, and he's got a great personality, fun to be around. You know, we've been fortunate. We've had a big-time receiver for the 3 years I've been here, and, you know, he's just another in that long line, you know. And Alex City's been known for some great players, and he's another one. And, you know, I just hope people come watch and watch what he can do on the field. And, you know, we've got a good team around him.
Right.
And the team doesn't, you know, what we do goes through him, but, you know, we've got other weapons. Our running back's having a great year, T.J. Wilson. We've got some other receivers. And then our defense is getting better every week. So, you know, it's not a one-man show, but he is definitely easy to notice on the field.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you again, you know, being out here with us and letting us come and be here at the Sportplex and talk about your football program here at Benjamin Russell. Good luck to you guys on Friday night.
Thanks, Brett. I appreciate y'all focusing on us this week. You know, we're proud of what we have here, and you know, just happy to be a part of the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
This is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
Alabama has a hands-free driving law, and that means you can't hold your mobile phone while making a call. Oh, and no writing messages, recording, or watching videos either. Plus, you can only use a single button or swipe of a finger to answer a call. So what's a driver to do? Alabama's hands-free driving law is in effect. Follow it.
All right, we're at the site of the new Benjamin Russell High School that's set to be open somewhere around October or November of 2025. I'm here with Principal Shannon Benefield of Benjamin Russell High School. Shannon, it's an exciting time in Alexander City.
Oh, that's an understatement, Brett. You know, I was telling Mark and you guys the last time I was out here was right before graduation. And it's hard to believe that this is 13 months ago was just a field, and we were just taking shovels and breaking dirt at the time. So a lot of big things coming for the community, a lot of excitement, and it's just a great time to be in Alex City.
Yeah, it is. You know, Benjamin Russell High School, the current site where it is, that school's been there since 1950. And you look at communities around the state of Alabama, and I travel all over the state and see all these different communities. Lauren and I are blown away with facilities, athletics, academics. This school right here in Alexander City is going to be state of the art. It's going to be one of the best in the state, probably in the southeast by the time it's said and done. And
No, you're absolutely right. Talking about anyone that moves here, the first thing that a family does whenever they come into a community is, number one, is what shape are the schools in? Number two, is there a good place for them to go eat and shop? and number three, what is there to do outside of work. Alexander City has a lot of those things coming. Number one, we got this brand new facility. The one that we're in right now, of course, there's a lot of history and a lot of tradition there, but this right here is going to be a flagship for the area. Number two is we've got Publix coming. We have all these different retail spots coming up, and then number three, of course, you know, if you're from Alexander City and you're able to get out on the water, you got lake, golf courses, all that other stuff. So it brings a lot of revenue into the community, brings a lot of business, and it opens up a lot of job opportunities for our students, which is one of the things that we're trying to work on, is get a lot of our students workforce ready. So the partnerships that we've created with our local businesses, and we're going to have a great state-of-the-art career tech facility here. I think that's going to suit the students. It's going to suit the community for these kids to be able to put back into their community and be able to invest in this long term.
Shannon, we're here in Alexander City today to talk about the matchup between Benjamin Russell and Spain Park on Friday. One big positive that you've mentioned and everybody in the school system's mentioned is when this school's complete, we're actually going to feel like there's a campus that the high school can go right over the hill and be at the football stadium, at the baseball field, at the softball field forever here in Alexander City. You guys have had to bus students across town to get to the athletic facilities. Now it's finally all going to be in one place.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know, this is the gym right here behind us. I know this is football season, but if you look at that, that's already, what, 2 or 3 times the size of what we have currently on campus. We're a stone's throw away from the football stadium. It's going to be great because the joke is we could just get a golf cart and just drive right on over there.
Yeah.
Right now, the students are being bussed over and the transportation costs behind it, and just having to get them across 280 on a Friday, because you're thinking about the cheerleaders, you're thinking about the band, you're thinking about ROTC, you're thinking about dance, you're thinking about the football team. It's just a lot of moving parts and a lot of logistics that we have to plan for on a Friday night whenever your stadium is across town.
Well, Shannon, I know you're excited as the principal here at Benjamin Russell High School. Anytime you don't get a chance to build new high schools very much in our lifetimes, and this is a beautiful facility on a huge piece of property here in the Sportplex in Alexander City. In just about a year or so, it's going to be open and ready for students to walk in the door. So it's going to be exciting times. Principal Shannon Benefield, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, thank you for having me.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
All right, Lauren, it's our favorite time. And we find our local yokel place to go eat, and it was a no-brainer this week.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're in Alex City. You've got to come to JR's.
It's a staple of this town. They just celebrated their 25th anniversary here in Alexander City back in October. And if you look at this food, you see why this place is so popular. You see why when somebody from Alex City is asked by somebody coming in from outside, hey, where's a cool place to go eat? The first restaurant that comes out of everybody's mouth is JR Sports Bar and Grill. Right here in downtown Alexander City. The high school's about a half mile that way. The middle school's right there. It's in the heart of Alex City. It's a revitalized downtown Main Street area. It's really a gorgeous place out here. They have a lot of things that go on in the park, but it's all about the food today, man.
Yes, it is. And I'm glad you mentioned our downtown here, because every time we travel to different downtown areas, I'm always taken back by other downtowns, but
Right.
it just brings me back to realize that Alex City does a wonderful job of keeping our downtown fresh and keeping these restaurants packed, because the downtown is fresh and it's something that people want to come and enjoy over the weekend, during the week. So I love that about our area.
Chris and Audra McClure own JR Sports Bar and Grill, but they're Chris's mom, Ann Berry, who passed away a couple of years ago, started this franchise, started this restaurant here in Alexander City. It was her vision, and boy, it's a great vision. And I'm telling you, look, again, I know everybody's gonna say, well, they're biased. If you can find a better wing somewhere in this country, I have a good friend that's a professional fisherman.
Yeah.
He travels this country, and the thing he likes to go and do when he goes all over this country is sample wings from different places. He said, bar none, JR's is still #1 on his list. And
No doubt.
look, I can't argue with him.
Me
so
either.
you got fingers, you got a a blooming onion here. You got a sampler platter. Lauren, I mean, you and we're going to have to go hit Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
Right after we get done with this. So.
I'm glad we only do this on Mondays, because if it was every day of the week, I would have to be in the gym every day of the week.
Well, we got to sample stuff. I mean, we can't go off without. I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these great chicken fingers, or actually chicken wings. Excuse me. The chicken fingers are right over there. All right, so I'm going to dive in.
Let's
of course,
try.
you got to have a little ranch. I'm going to let you pass that to me. I'm not going to reach all the way across the food. So
we got a sampler platter, and I'm known to get these because I'm the type that likes to try a little bit of everything. Corn nuggets, can't go wrong. It's a Southern thing.
Cannot go wrong with one of it.
You deep fry cream corn. I mean, how much better can that get?
And the cheese nuggets,
Oh yeah,
the fried mushrooms.
so good.
So, and these chicken wings, man, I'm telling you, there's no sauce better. So you got to come to JR Sports Bar and Grill. Their burgers are great. Their quesadillas are great. They got a hen house salad and a rooster salad that's really, really good. They got their grilled fingers that they put the seasoning on, so it's really, really good. So don't take our word for it, like we say every week. Come to JR Sports Bar and Grill right here in downtown Alexander City. You will not go wrong.
No doubt.
This is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
Hey everybody, it's Lauren Welcher with On the Road with the AHSAA, and I'm joined with Steve Robinson. He is a longtime resident of Alexander City, but he's found himself in a new role here as the president and the CEO of the local Alexander City Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Sure, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about what's going on in Alexander City.
So I know that there is a exciting development coming up, and we're actually just a stone's throw away from that development. Can you give us a little bit more information about it and when it's going to actually open up?
Sure. It's the gateway to Lake Martin. Actually, Five Below had their grand opening last Friday. Marshall's will have their grand opening on October 10th, and then Publix on November 6th. So we know of those. There are other dedicated businesses that are in process, so we're waiting to get firm dates for them. But there's going to be several different stores there, so we're all excited about it.
I know I'm super excited as a female, and we're getting up here onto Christmas time. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to do a lot of retail shopping.
No doubt.
So you're going to have to hide your wife's credit card.
I can't find that one, so it's impossible. So.
Another wonderful thing that I really want to compliment the Chamber on is the fact that you guys do a really incredible job keeping everybody locally so entertained.
Right.
So just to name a few things, the Strand sessions that go on downtown, right next to where we actually ate lunch at JR's.
Yep.
And there's tons of other things. The Lead Forward Conference for the women, I enjoy that every year.
Sure.
Sunfest, Jazz Fest, those are just some wonderful events that keep everybody so connected and also very well entertained, which I'm sure you know in a community like ours is important, because when you're traveling to Auburn and spending that money where you could spend it locally, talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we do have 14 different events that we're finalizing right now for the 2025 calendar year. So Sunfest, this year we had 21 different events and something for everybody to do. Mm-hmm. So I really do encourage people as a chamber member and then also as a county commissioner to spend their money locally. So what does happen when people are spending their money with the local businesses, they're spending their money with other businesses. So you get that churn, we call it, of our money. And there are a lot of opportunities in front of us. I've lived here all my life. So I really do feel that there are some economic development opportunities in front of us that we've never seen. And then the revenue that's created from that once again allows us to do more to make our community better.
Well, I cannot attest enough to the chamber, to Steve, all the staff here. You guys do an amazing job. It does not go unnoticed. And we thank you so much for sitting down with us today and giving us a little more insight.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity. And we appreciate what you guys are doing as well.
Thank you.
The Patriots finished as state volleyball runner-up in Class 7A last season and appear even more determined this year. We checked them out in last week's Class 7A battle versus Austin in our first highlight for this week's show. Bob Jones senior Kennedy Vaughn led the Patriots with 13 kills on the match. One of the top hitters in the AHSAA, she already has over 300 kills on the season. Teammate Callison Bay added 18 digs in the match as Bob Jones won 3-0. The Patriots and Coach Jeannie Jarrett improved to 30-3 with the win.
High snap, and they're going to play fake to Dylan Alfred, and here he goes to the house. Number 3 in
touchdown.
for the touchdown.
Yes, sir, touchdown.
High snap again. Lacey's pass going up.
Got it. Touchdown.
Touchdown Spartans. Touchdown Spartans. C.D. Gill in motion. There he is. Pass is complete.
Look, nice job. Yeah, when you got a guy that could.
They give to Sante, and he is in. Touchdown Spartans.
Way to go, Spartans.
There you go.
So first down here in the red zone.
5 minutes left. Andalusia's had the ball the whole second quarter. Here's a snap, handoff to Skanes again. He's going to rumble into the end zone for a touchdown. 7 yards.
It's like we've got Davis Drish in at tight end.
Essentially, your ball game here. 4th down and 2 for Andalusia. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Skanes. He's got to the outside. Is he going to get to the first down? Touchdown Bulldogs.
They give him the touchdown.
Skanes.
And when I tell you,
in it running back. Here's the snap. Here's the looking to throw downfield. He's got a man open. He's caught for a touchdown.
Kadarius
Love for the touchdown Bulldogs.
Hey, you talk about.
Alford lofts one towards the left corner of the end zone. Dalen's there. Touchdown.
What a throw.
Central.
Yes,
long
Dalen
receiver
wide,
to the right. We're looking at Day cutting inside. Touchdown. Central. Play action pass. We got Day one-on-one. He makes the catch, and he breaks away, and he's going to go. Touchdown. Central. Down play for Central. On the ground, first down. Tristan Williams, big ball, 40,
He's gone.
30, 20. Touchdown!
No, good job.
Central.
Did we score too early, though, Jason?
I started to say.
And Hoover jumps. No call.
No flag.
Wow. Dobbins, right side. He leans in. Touchdown. Huskies. Noah Dobbins. Throws. Caught at the 1. 32 seconds left. Winston's going to take it. He's going to be stood up, and he's going to be pushed forward. Touchdown, Hoover.
He's the big guy on the field at 6'6". That's who I would be targeting.
Beeson looks that way. There's a hold, no call. He's wide open in the end zone. There was a hold on the right side, no call, and Hoover gets the touchdown.
Randolph School visited Huntsville rival Westminster Christian in this key Class 4A Region 8 North Alabama clash Friday night and came away with a 35-9 victory. Graham Bately and the run game were big for the Raiders as Randolph handed the Wildcats their first loss. Quarterback William Mitchell found Bately for a 68-yard touchdown pass, and Bately ran for a 42-yard score to lead Randolph. The Raiders totaled 363 yards for the night, with Bately catching 3 passes for 75 yards rushed and 153 yards on 9 carries for Coach David Lloyd.